Welcome back to MugenCast. This week is episode 48. Demetri Williams, your host with the most, back for another round of fun-filled creative discussion. Guys, thank you for coming back and, well, hopefully listening to episode 47. Listen to that one if you happen to listen to this one. But thank you for coming back and listening to episode 48. I'm happy to have you here. Today is going to be a little bit different of an episode. I think I'm just going to kind of do what I did maybe 2 episodes ago, where I'm just, doing a casual discussion with you guys, telling you what's been going on with me, giving you a little bit of an update into all the fun and wonderful things I've been doing. I'm in a really good mood today. For some reason, actually, I know the reason. Over the past week or so, I've been just creating a lot and just doing my thing more or less, which is really cool. And I'm going to get into a lot of the things I've been doing, why I've been doing them, and then also I guess a few little tiny lessons that I've been learning as well. And excuse me for a second, let me make sure. Okay, my audio is still going correctly. For whatever reason, my audio just stopped 3 minutes into when I was trying to do this episode the first time. So I was like, okay, this is weird. Anyway, it's working, so we should be good. So first thing, what I've done most recently, let's start there and then we'll work our way back. So what I did most recently was actually redesign my website. It was time. It was really time. And it wasn't that my website looked bad or anything. It just felt like, I don't know. It just felt like I was tired of seeing the same thing over and over and over again. And I just wanted to look a little bit different and align more with the aesthetic of all the other things I kind of create. So redesigned the theme, did a minor, very minor amount of coding to put certain things on the website because I don't know how to code. And it was fun. I really enjoyed the process of doing it. You know, when you're doing something and you get to that stage and you're kind of like, do I really know what I'm doing here? You're that moment of indecision. I got there maybe an hour or two into the whole process. And I was thinking, can I go back to to what I was doing before? I'm not sure if this is the way this should be looking. And I wasn't sure if everything was going correctly. Turns out it was, thankfully. The website is pretty much done, more or less. And if you don't know what the website addresses that I'm talking about, forevermugen.com, check it out. Give me your feedback. I put a lot of different tweaks in there with just responsiveness, usability, the sign up for my newsletter and all that stuff. I think is a lot more obvious and a lot easier now, which is good. And overall, I think the website has gotten better. So that's a huge plus. That's like the main hub for everything I do. You can literally find every single thing that I do, at least the major things, on that website, from my social media to my these podcasts to everything, pretty much. All my blogs are on there. It's really cool, and I'm glad that it kind of reflects my brand a lot better now, and I think it's a lot more accurate with the way I actually do things. So very happy with that. Secondly to that, I've also been taking pictures I'm lying, most days. I've been trying to do it every single day, but I don't know, just 1 or 2 days it slips away from me. But not focusing on the negative, I've been really enjoying that process. And I don't know what it is. I think when you have a craft and you do it every single day, there's something special there. I think when you make the commitment to just have that repetition every single time, every day doing it, you just feel yourself getting better. I've heard of athletes and basketball players and people like that who, have to do a certain task, whether shoot a basketball or dribble a basketball, they have to be able to do it consistently at a high level. They just talk about that daily practice. And when they don't do that daily practice, they can feel themselves getting worse. And for the longest time, I felt myself getting that way with photography. And now that I'm doing it, every day, if not, or I'm trying to do it every day, maybe every other day, I feel myself getting better. I feel myself getting sharper with what I'm doing. I can pull focus a lot faster. I notice things that I wasn't noticing before. And I just think if you really have something you want to get better at and you want to expedite your talent in that area, the best way to do it is to practice it every single day, even if it's not for a long period of time. Because some of these days I would say to myself, I want to go out for 45 minutes or so and take pictures. I want to do that every day, or 45 minutes to an hour. And I definitely wouldn't achieve that every single day. I would usually achieve maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes. But even that is better than just sitting inside thinking about if I had done it, could I have done it? You want to avoid those feelings of should I or could I, and just do it instead. Shout out to Nike. So I think it's really important to acknowledge that when it comes to something that you're trying to learn and that you're really passionate about. That's one big thing I've kind of taken over the past few days, which is really cool. And also with that, that's, I guess, I don't even know what I'm calling it. Everyday photo series is on my Instagram right now on my little like highlight section. If you want to check out some of the recent pictures, I got like this black and white, kind of like rainy mood series or photo set the other day. It looks really, really good. I think I'm actually going to put some of those on my website just because they look kind of cool. And maybe even do some prints of those. Those might be my first prints. So that could be very exciting. So that's another, I'm not going to go into that now because that's an idea I have for the future. But yeah, I might be printing my photography for sale soon. So if you guys are interested in any of my photos, this is a good time for you. So what's next? What else have I been doing? Also, I'm going to be referencing my phone this episode because I have a lot of different like points I want to kind of get to. Oh, okay. So I've been also contemplating a few business ideas recently, photography related, of course, because that's my business of choice for the most part. And what I've been thinking is, so with this whole quarantine going on right now, of course everything's crazy. People are trapped inside. Everyone's cautious of one another, and social distancing is like law right now. But I think this provides a unique opportunity for creatives such as myself, and hopefully whoever is watching this and listening to this right now, hopefully you guys fall into the same category. I think this provides a great opportunity for us to help and uplift these people who have been affected by this whole thing. And I've been thinking about this for the past 2 weeks or so, how I can help. And I think with a lot of these businesses that are struggling right now to get people in their doors, if you're a business that you don't run, based on e-commerce and an online business, you have a brick and mortar location and you need people to come inside and patronize you. I think creatives can help with that, because I think what we give people a lot of the times with what we do, it's like an escape from the world for a while. When you're playing like a video game or something like that, you kind of take your mind off of all the problems and all the things that are going on in your regular life. I think creativity is kind of like that. When you maybe have a really well-made video, when you really have a good, I don't know, a good presentation, a good marketing presentation, or a good digital marketing presentation and blogs and content and things like that. It helps your viewers and your consumers, I think, take their minds away from some of the things that could be bothering them. And I think for these businesses that need people to have that mindset, need people to have that peace of mind and be comfortable enough to come into their locations. But I think creatives can be the missing link that connect the business and the customer, which is really, really valuable right now. And in terms of, payment and things like that, I think it's a great time to show businesses what's the word I'm looking for? Who you are, I guess, that you're someone who's not completely obsessed with just, okay, I want to get this profit, I want to make X, Y, and Z amount of money. You can show them that you're willing to do something for them just for the good of their business, and that you care, basically. And I think that's something that maybe is lacking from, like a freelance perspective, that we often don't connect with these businesses that we're working with. It's just, okay, I'm going to do this for you, and you're going to give me X, Y, and Z money, and then I'm going to leave, basically. That's not really a way to build a repertoire of clients who love working with you. I think if you're the person who went above and beyond this time, what's to stop them from 4 or 5 months down the road when their businesses their business, not plural, has rebounded from contacting you and you being the first person they come to say, can you help us with what you did last time? That's definitely going to happen. So I think this is a great time. Let me fix my mic. I think this is a great time, if you're a creative individual, to take advantage of the skill set that you have and make a impact on the people who may be struggling around you. You can help them right now, which is, it's pretty amazing. It feels good to like have that power to do something to help someone else. I think it's it's something that we all have in one way or another, but creative individuals, I think, have it even more so. So that's something I've been thinking about and something that I want to do hopefully in the next like month or so, once everything hopefully starts to clear up. Um, and this goes actually into a secondary point, which ties right into the whole daily practice thing. I think another thing I want to do, hopefully daily, is try to build more relationships with not just larger businesses and smaller businesses, but people actually. Starting to network, starting to know more people, and starting to find other ways to bring in interest and generate interest in this whole thing that I'm doing. And I think if you're running any sort of organization or online business or whatever, I think you should do the same thing as well. I think this is a great time with everyone kind of all in the same place. You're not so worried about how to contact them. If you call someone right now, they're probably going to pick up. If you email someone, they're probably going to get back to you fast. It's a great time to get in contact with people and make your name known, I think, in a way, which is really cool. And then one big kind of last thing that I've been doing is YouTube videos. I've been making a lot more videos recently. Of course, I made the switch to video podcasting. So if you're listening to this right now on iTunes, Spotify, whatever, make sure you check me out on my YouTube channel, which is just Forever Mugen as well. Actually, I forgot my own name. But yeah, that's been really fun. And it provides some challenges in terms of like what I need to do like visually with my hands and things like that, because when I used to just do like podcasts and I used to just do behind the scene videos that didn't involve my face being in them, it was easy to just sit back, look at my phone, have the script literally right in front of me and just read off like this, and it was no problem, it was no issue. But when I switched to this video format, it becomes a lot harder to kind of stay focused on the camera and stuff like that. But it's been pushing my creativity, which I'm really thankful for. I'm always thankful for that. And it's shown me ways to be more dynamic in ways that I was stagnating, that I needed to improve on. And recording is, in a way, recording is the easy part of this whole thing. Like it becomes so much harder when you have to sit down and edit a video and put in transitions and put in music that's apt and make the crossfades work just right. It's a lot more components to the things that I'm creating. I think it's getting me more acclimated to making larger scale creative projects, which is really cool. I like that because it's like a field or like a it's like a field or a craft that I wasn't completely attuned to. I wasn't very good at videography. I'm not, but I'm just getting better and better. And I think the world is heading towards video somewhat. I mean, photos are still very important, but I think video is becoming more and more desired, especially in a social media sense. So I think it's just a great way to diversify myself and make myself even better at what I do. So that's been really fun. It takes a lot of patience to upload and render these videos, by the way, because the render time, it's just so long. It's just so, I'm not going to go into it. My computer's probably just bad. Godlow on the Another thing I've been thinking about doing, actually related to this very podcast that you're listening to right now, is what is it again? Oh, the Mugen Book Club. And I've been talking about this for weeks, actually. And I think now that I've redesigned my website, I think I'm in a perfect position to actually do it, in terms of being able to show you guys what book I'm reading, kind of have a way for you to follow along with me. I'm starting to, I'm starting to kind of plan it out a lot more. I can kind of see the path of how it could work in terms of making posts on X, Y, and Z days related to what we're reading, tying that into videos, tying that back into the podcast. I think it's something that I could kind of weave into each piece of my content that I do here and make something really cool. So one thing I want to ask you guys is, what books would you be interested in me reading / reviewing / talking about, and you guys doing the reading part really, and the talking about part, I guess. Because I want to do creative books, of course, because that's what I do. But if there's any other type of, genre or anything like that you guys think I should be reading, and that is like a must read for, people like me, or that you think something that you think I would like, I would be more than happy to check it out. I think I think it's going to be a cool series. I see other like pages doing it, and I think they do it in a really interesting way, and it definitely makes their content better in terms of having something that you can continuously follow along with. And I want to do that with you guys. So that's something I'm also working on in the background. I told you guys I'm working on a lot of different things. I've really been trying to take advantage of my free time that I have here. And the last thing is guests, actually. One thing I've been doing is starting to think more about who I can have come on here and who I can have that's going to impact the podcast positively. And I remember when I first started this, I used to have guests like maybe every episode or every other episode. Some of my favorite episodes actually are the ones that have guests on them. I love that episode with Ellie and John way back when. And you have to be an OG MugenCast listener to know what I'm talking about. Or the ones that I did with Jondon, the one I did with E a little while ago. Those are some of my favorite episodes because it's nice to have that 2-man or 2-woman, or guess I'm not whatever, that 2-person dynamic of bouncing back and forth, and that banter. I think it's really fun and it's really engaging, and it makes the podcast longer because it's not just me kind of talking by myself and I'm done. I'm just like, okay, well, that's it. It just makes the podcast better overall. And I think guests, people who relate to this creative field, will provide you guys with some more insight and knowledge, and me too, that you guys can use, that I can use, and it will just be beneficial all around. So I'm looking forward to getting outside of my comfort zone, building that relationship, and hopefully getting some guests back on this thing. So things that are coming this week. So I want to be doing some cinematic type video stuff. Hopefully this week. And I want to test out a few theories and ideas that I have, more or less. That's because right now they're just kind of thoughts in my head rather than flushed out plans. What I want to do is start creating some more B-roll stuff for my YouTube videos, maybe even for this video podcast. Things that are gonna, well, one, get my skills higher, and then also provide a more interesting, engaging experience when you're watching a video rather than just looking at me the way we are right now. For the podcast, it's fine because podcasts are kind of supposed to be audio driven rather than visual anyway. But for the videos, I really want to take a step forward with that and make that better. And of course, flushing out all the other plans and things like that I'm talking about. And I think there'll be some overlap in terms of, okay, I can use this video here, and then I can also cut this and put it on Instagram, and I can cut this and put it here, and I can cut this and put it here, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, over and over and over again, and really start to build my my repertoire of skills up, I guess. So that's a big thing coming this week. Another thing coming this week, if you haven't already, I urge you, please sign up for my newsletter that is located on my website, www.forevermugen.com, which I hopefully I put in like a little like text when I'm doing that so I don't look stupid. But go and check out my website, sign up for the newsletter, because I want to start using that to distribute more focused content to the people who I think will like it or sign up. I want to start putting maybe exclusive content into that you will only get if you're on the mailing list, and then also start to disseminate some other things so you can really keep track of what I'm doing, because I know I do a lot of different things on a lot of different channels, and I want to make it all connected and interwoven with each other, so it's a lot easier to keep track of for you guys, and that okay, I need to go here, and then I can see this, and I can go here, and I can see that. Make it a lot easier to understand, because even I literally story within a story here, I lost track of a video that I had recorded just on a whim. It was like a 6-7 minute video that I was supposed to do a behind the scenes of. I completely lost the footage, and I just found it the other day, and I was like, oh yeah, I completely forgot about this. So I know content can sometimes, especially with the amount of creators and people you guys must follow, it can get a little difficult, I guess, to keep up with everything. You're subscribed to like 1,000 different people on YouTube. You have all these Instagram people that you're following, et cetera, et cetera. Plus you might be putting out content of your own. So it's hard for a creator like me to kind of cut through that clutter and get to you. So I think the newsletter is a great way to do that, because it comes to your email. Hopefully people still check their email. I still check mine. And it'll be cool. So definitely check that out on my website. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to add in here. I don't think so. New videos coming this week. A lot of new pictures coming this week as well. I want to take some photos, maybe doing some prints in the future. And yeah, I think I'm going to call it there. This was this was a pretty short episode of MugenCast. Actually, this is like rare for me, but I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you check out episode 47 as well. I think if you haven't watched that one, watch that one first, then come back and watch this one. They're not super connected, but it definitely will make it more of an enjoyable experience. And I think I'm out. Thank you for listening. Peace.